SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Yes, today we went to the cliffs and we got a late start. It was, it was probably close to 9 o'clock before we got in the water. And that's usually when we're getting out of the water. So it was considerably later than usual. And it was because we had some appointments in the morning. I didn't, but Craig did. So we got started late, and then somebody forgot their surfboard. It was at a different location, so they had to go get it over there. So one thing led to another, and we got in the water late, 9 o'clock, and the sun was out. It was blue skies. It was just gorgeous. The tide was coming in. It had just been out at 6:30, and so it was starting to work its way in. And the surf was pretty strong, pretty good. A nice current going north. So we walked all the way down to Golden West Street and got in the water there, and then surfed, and wasn't long before we were past the flag and on our way to the Gap. And I got a slow start, didn't catch any waves at first, and then I saw some dolphins scoot by, and of course Savannah chased after them, but they can swim quite fast when they want to. And so I finally saw a wave coming, and Craig took it, and he went across my face, and it was still, he's on a longboard, so he was riding the shoulder. So I turned and took off on the same wave behind him, and so I was riding the wave behind him about 2 or 3 yards, and he was he was further down the line where you can ride it, because of the longboard you can ride it before it gets real steep. So I was staying in the steep section while he was riding it on the soft section. So it was pretty cool. And that was my first wave. That took a while to get that one, but then after that, the waves came a little more frequently to me. And a couple of waves I even caught while they were white, and it took the reform left. Seemed like every wave I got today was left or straight. The last wave I just took straight in, got the reform, rode a little bit longer, and then had to bail for the. You got to be real careful with the shore break down there, but it wasn't too bad. So I caught it. And sure braked out. There was a couple of big sets that came in, and I was on the little board, so I can get pretty deep. But still, it took me and lifted me up and drug me in a little bit. Even on the small board, I couldn't get deep enough. So, but then the small board's harder to catch the wave, especially as it got later, closer to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It started to get real high tide, and that basically means in Huntington that the wave kind of breaks outside and then kind of fizzles. And then it kind of, dies off. You only have a real short ride usually when it does that. So it was pretty quick rides, and it would fizzle out. So you didn't get a long ride, but you got a good drop and a turn or two off it, and then that was it. And as I got closer to the Gap, which is the space between the two cliffs that kind of dips down, that's when I caught most of my better waves. It seems like they break and longer and don't fizzle out quite as fast as some of the other areas. And then we drifted further north past the big tower there. It's not sure what that is. Maybe it's an oil well hidden. But we passed that, and we're heading down to the very end of the cliffs where it starts to turn into Bolsa Chica. So we drifted quite a ways north, and we finally got out and walked back, and that walk back was probably a half a mile or more. I mean, we went all the way past almost to Sea Point, which is where the jetties are, and the separation between the cliffs and Bolsa Chica is basically Sea Point, but it's a little further than that, but it's close to there. So anyway, we surfed all the way down past there, and then we walked back, and it was beautiful, sunny. You could look out over the cliff at all the blue water and the beautiful waves. There was some real nice waves that rolled in while we were walking home back. So there was still surf to surf if you wanted to, but it was getting late for us. We have nothing to do all day, and I wanted to get a late start on it, so couldn't wait to get home and do nothing. But it went well. Good day at the beach. Didn't surf on Saturday, but everybody I talked to said it was really good on Saturday. And it looked like it. I walked down later in the afternoon, looked at the pier, and it was a pretty good size. So, but usually on Saturday with the bigger crowds and other things to do, I don't usually surf on Saturday unless I'm doing a Surf Saturday thing with the church, but haven't been doing that lately. So haven't been surfing there. So surf was good. Surf was good height, head high on some of the sets, mostly between shoulder and waist high, I'd say, on most of the smaller ones. And then anything smaller than that didn't even break until it got to the shore. So couldn't ride anything smaller than a shoulder or head high. And then the big ones that rolled in, like I said, you usually were caught inside and had to paddle like crazy to miss getting hammered, even though it does happen. So there you have it. Surf looks like it's going to be getting smaller, so I'm not sure where we're going to be tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see. Can't go to Blackie's unless you get a weird north swell. Mrs. Huntington hits Blackie's. That's more of winter time. So maybe we'll go to the pier. I don't know. Huntington Pier. All right, until then, check out our sponsors, Merch Hero, Task Bullet, nappyclothing.com, and the newest one, Swing Easy Hammocks. Thanks for listening. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.